What's up YouTube? Welcome to a Magicite 1.5 melee / warrior guide. Today we're going to be doing a melee only run, of course, telling you all about the various ups and downs of slaying enemies with a huge sword. So for our race, what you're going to want to pick is either the Orclops or the Lizardman, as they both start off with a pretty good attack bonus and picks, which is the main focus of the run. You can also go with the Bandicoot, although he doesn't start off with a pick. He starts off with 2 nice rings that give you +7 attack. But for this run, I think we'll be going with the Orclops. But like I said before, these two are pretty good options as well. Now for the hats, you have a pretty wide variety of picks. You have the Miner Cap, which is fantastic for gathering ores in the beginning. The Berserker Scarf, which gives you a bit of extra attack. You have the Batwing, which is good for dodging out of the way of enemies. You have the Hero Crown, which does have a chance to give you HP or attack. And you have the Skeleton Mask, which is obviously boosts your critical hit chance or ratio. The Overworld Helm is, in my opinion, the best helm for a melee run, although many people do not have it, so I will not be picking that. I think I'm just going to go ahead and go with the Miner Cap. It is a pretty easy hat to get, and it does increase our mining capabilities a lot more. For your companion, I think you should go with the Flame of Hope. It is one of the best ones. Either that or the Haste Beetle. The Gadget Guard is relatively useless, which is why I never bothered to unlock it. But yeah, Haste Beetle or Flame of Hope is the best. For this run, I think I'll be going with the Flame of Hope. If you guys haven't beat the game yet, to get this companion, you need to beat the game with Riven Wrath Scale equipped, which isn't too hard. I'll show you how to do that in the Ranger Guide later on. But anyway, for our stats, what you're going to want to roll, anyway, is the most optimal roll is aggressive and healthy, in my opinion. You get a lot of attack, and you get some HP as well, so you can take these first few hits and dish out a bunch of damage too. And the Orclops actually starts with a Bone Sword, so you will be doing a bunch more damage than most races. Let's go ahead and jump into it. As we go along on this run, I will be talking about the various enemies that will stand in your way, and there are various attack patterns. So down here we have the Boar and the Spider. The Boars are a bit more of a sturdy enemy, and they will charge you. And in this area you see there's a bunch of spikes and 3 mobs, or 2 mobs, one that's friendly. But I don't think I'll go ahead and jump down there because it's a bit too dangerous for us. You'll want to avoid taking as much damage as possible in the beginning levels, especially the forest, as it is one of the easier levels. If you take too much damage in the forest, you'll you know, be at too little of an HP pool to go ahead and face the harder challenges in the other biomes. But this Boar, basically, he charges you every few seconds, and you can just jump out of the way, hit him once, and then, you know, do the same thing over and over. Let's see, let's keep going here. These spikes, the falling rocks, are pretty easy to learn as well. They just go up and down. You can go ahead and wait for them to go up, and then run across. And we do come across the gold chests. That's the other optimal stat to get, is the Lockmaster, as you can't open these golden chests. I decided not to get it because it does make the game a bit easier. And let's jump down here. The slimes do have a very easy attack pattern to learn, but I did get hit by one of those. Now let's jump back up here. Our Bone Pick is obviously doing a great job of picking up all the stones and ores in our way. And the Miner Cap, once we hit some actual Ironite ore, we can go ahead and see if we can't get an extra one from our pick. We didn't get the extra one from that pick, but oh well. And this Boar down here will bother killing. What you want to do in the first level is, of course, kill as many mobs as possible, as you want to get as much EXP as possible. With the Flame of Hope, that's even more so because it will be doing a bunch more damage if you kill as much stuff as possible. Now let's keep going. In terms of biomes, I think you should stick with the easiest biomes. That Spider did not get knocked back like I thought he would. So we do have a bunch of herbs, by the way, which is pretty lucky. So we'll go ahead and craft ourselves a big one. You want to stay on top of your HP as much as possible, as in all runs. But yeah, the biomes, I think for the beginning, you should stick with the forest. If you don't have the option for the forest, the caves are my second best biome. You can also go with the swamp if that's the only one there. But yeah, those are the easy ones. We'll talk about that later when we get to the end of the level. And we do come across a string and an Ironite blade, which is fantastic. We can go ahead and make that pick when we get back to the town, hopefully, and go ahead and buy ourselves the axe. And of course, the Orclops doesn't start with the axe, so you have to go buy it at the next district. And the spiders are pretty easy to learn too. They jump every few seconds and they just charge you. So pretty easy to kill. And we can go ahead and mine the rest of these ores. Always want to mine all the ores you can, especially with the Miner Cap, as you do get double, almost double, every time. Let's jump back up here. The run will be a bit shorter than normal because you won't be getting any wood in the beginning, which is it's a nice change of pace anyway. You do want to make sure you stay on top of your food as well, by killing all the pigs. Obviously, you have no need for the monster hides that they drop, or the pelts, because melee-based armor, which we'll get into later, is just the ore, the raw ore, and the bars that you smelt. You can go ahead and make the armor out of that. Let's see here, we got the slime, and the spider. And we did level up to level 5 on the first level, which is pretty much the best way to do things. And you will be picking the red skill, which is the warrior skill, and we get ourselves a throwing axe now. And the throwing axe is one of the best skills. It hurls a giant axe that passes through enemies and deals damage based on the attack stat. So basically it's a ranged attack-based damage ability. So basically it will throw your sword or your axe or whatever you have and do this amount of damage, the attack stat, to everything in the path, which is fantastic. I'll go ahead and show you. That axe will just, we'll go ahead and just rip through all the enemies on the ground. And of course we're presented with a choice between the doors. We'll go ahead and go with the forest because that is the easiest one in my opinion. The ice biome is a bit dangerous and has a lot of bad enemies. And we do not get an axe. Oh, that is so unlucky. But anyway, I think we'll go ahead and sell the rest of our resources. We will not be doing very much this first level because we do not have an axe anymore. So, I mean, it's not the best, but it's okay. You can go ahead and keep going. But if you don't get an axe in the first like 3 or so districts or first 3 or so towns, you should probably restart the level because it will be very, very hard to continue onwards. But anyway, here we are in district number 3. There are a variety of enemies plaguing the ground here. Make sure I can dodge around them. And that's the main key of getting to know your class or getting to know the melee run, is learning how to dodge. Obviously Q and E are to dodge. You can go ahead and make the most out of your dodges, and that or actually give me 3 ironite, which is fantastic. We can use that to smelt some armor, and which actually I think I forgot to do in the town. I'll show you guys that in a few minutes though. So for the melee run against the Scourge will be a bit more difficult, of course. You have to learn the attack pattern of the kind of orbs that fall from the sky, and this Percy is not worth fighting either. Well, this boss here, just because it does a ton of damage, and you can't really defeat it in a good enough amount of time to make it worth it, in my opinion. Let's go ahead and drop our axe down to kill that boar, and try to knock this guy out of the way. Oh, no, he's not gonna, ain't gonna have none of that. And we can go ahead and dodge our way out of here before he gets too angry at us. And this slime down here, I'm sorry, but I need your EXP more than you need to live. So we'll go ahead and eat you up. And all these pigs can die too. I am wasting a bit of my durability on my bone sword pretty early on, but that's okay because we can go ahead and make a stone one. Hopefully we'll get an axe in the next town. I'm really hoping we can. But yes, the attack based, I mean, when I started off playing Magicite, I remember it was very, very hard for me to beat the game. And the reason why it was very hard is because I always went melee. And melee is probably, in my opinion, one of the hardest ways to beat the game, as you do take a lot more damage than normal. As rangers, you know, can hit stuff from afar, don't have to worry about getting damage themselves. But I remember I had a very, very hard time beating the game as melee. And I want to bring this guide to you guys to kind of help you progress onward in the game and beat the game by only using melee attacks, which is a pretty difficult challenge, if I do say so myself. Let's come back down here and slay the mobs, get all the EXP, and hopefully we'll get up to level 10. Now these are beehives. I haven't seen any bees in this episode yet, but beehives are fantastic for grinding yourself some EXP, as long as you can take out the bees inside. The bees are a bit bothersome, as they do have a kind of strange attack pattern, or they run at you in kind of a series of staggered movements. Anyway, once you kill 2 bees out of the beehive, it'll spawn a whole bunch of them. You want to make sure you don't get hit by those, but they will give you a bunch of EXP if you do kill them. So it's a good time to throw my axe in midair and chop all of them down, which is fantastic. That's why I got the axe, by the way. I just threw it and killed all the bees at once. Let's go ahead and kill this last bee and pick up the EXP down there. And that's great, level 9, just from that one beehive. So if you do come across a beehive and you're pretty good at attacking and dodging, go ahead and take it out. It is always the best option anyway. And of course we're getting very, very lucky this run with the amount of EXP, or not EXP, but health potions we're getting. And we're actually doing 20 damage with a punch, which is pretty nice, because our axe did break. But that is okay, because the Orclops has fists of steel, and he'll throw a non-existent axe made out of his own hands, and kill everything in sight. But anyway, I hope that, yep, there we go, the forest. I was going to say, if it was only ice, I would have been pretty angry, but we didn't go ahead and get level 10 that run, so I think we'll go ahead and see. Yes, there's a bone axe. Fantastico, finally. We can go ahead and use that next run and see if we can't, you know, mine up some trees and sticks. Now, we do have 12 HP potions, which is fantastic. We have 6 big ones. Go ahead and chug one of those, get up to max HP. We can also sell these monster hides, which are used to make the ranger armor. We won't need those. Now let's come back down here, and I think we can go ahead and smelt ourselves some ironite armor. Of course, this is the blacksmith, if you guys didn't know. You just press F or W, in your case, to interact with him. And we go ahead and smelt our ores. Basically, you just put the ironite ore here. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. You make yourself 3 bars, and you can use those 3 bars to make yourself a piece of armor. Just like that. So we'll go ahead and make ourselves all the armor. Now we can. And of course, we have the armor slots over here. And we have a shield slot here. The shields aren't that good because they only increase your HP stat. We do have the 2 ring slots from the Bandicoot that I was mentioning earlier. But anyway, let's see. I think there's nothing else we can do in this town yet, unless we want to buy ourselves a sword, which I don't think is a bad... Actually, no. I'm going to wait to the district, and we can go ahead and craft ourselves a stone sword. But anyway, let's see. We have 5 of that. We have an ironite blade, so I think we'll be fine. We'll be fine and dandy. The other thing we're running low on is food, though. So I think before we move on, I'll go ahead and smelt up all our food using some coal. Just like this. Fantastic. Get ourselves a bunch of food. And this run will be all in one episode, I think, just because it'll be a bit quicker than normal. And I do want to bring it all in one time for you guys, so you can watch and play along with me and hopefully win your run as well. So let's see here. Kill all the pigs, get all the EXP. We're almost level 10, which is fantastic. Only 5 more EXP. We're just slaughtering pigs with their own dead carcasses. Wow, we're so brutal. And here we are. And we get the defensive trait, which is also very, very nice. You and nearby allies take 4 less damage for 10 seconds, so that's fantastic. Go ahead and eat some stuff because we are starving. But the defensive trait will make it a lot easier to go ahead and slay enemies and not take any damage. But anyway, our bone axe can go ahead and chop down all these trees. Deforesting is the best way of doing things, guys. In Magicite, there's no care for the environment. There's no planting trees like in Terraria, but you just have to take them all down. Just like this. Yes, all the trees come to me. Obviously, we won't be needing sticks as much as we are not doing a ranged Let's Play. But I think what we can do is go ahead and make ourselves the iron pick and make ourselves a bone sword because I don't want to waste my stone. I don't know why, I just don't. Let's go ahead and do that. If you guys don't know how to craft, I'd suggest go watching some other videos because crafting is a bit of a basic knowledge for the Magicite game. I may show you a little bit about it, but overall you should probably know how to craft things. Well, let's see. I did leave 3 little turds there. 3 little turds in the Magicite world. Shouldn't do too much to affect the environment. Go ahead and throw our axe, just completely obliterate all these slimes. And they do drop a good amount of herbs, which is fantastic. And so yeah, we did get 3 ironite from that rock, which is great. Go ahead and activate our defensive trait, just like so, just in case we take any damage, which I don't think we will. The defensive trait doesn't actually negate damage, so these rocks that are floating up and down will do 1 damage to me, no matter what, even if I have my defensive trait on. It just reduces the damage to 1, basically. See this boar, if he does like 2 damage to me, instead of doing 2 damage, he'll just do 1. Which I mean is pretty good. Especially if you're going up against some of the higher tier mobs, like in the dungeon. But we'll get to that later. And these boars will stand no chance against me, never mind, you did take 2 damage off of me. Which I'm not very happy about, because that will force me to use another HP potion. But yeah, I have been recording a lot of Magicite in the past few days. I'm doing a lot of ranged Let's Plays, and I did do actually a Pigfolk plus melee only plus Scourge Mask challenge yesterday, if you guys didn't see that. It is a melee run, but I didn't really explain how to do one. And I'm not going to spoil how that ended up, but I think I'll do better today. Let's go ahead and mine everything, especially because in that run I didn't use a companion. It's always good to use a companion, guys. Don't challenge yourself like I did. Make it easy on yourself. Anyway, if you're doing a melee run, you're already not making it easy on yourself because the melee run is, of course, one of the harder runs. Even harder than magic, which we will get to later in another episode. But this slime is being annoying and took 1 HP off of me, which I do not like that slime. Take an HP off of me. I'm not even sure how you kill the slime. You just chop it up and then it just disintegrates, I guess. But we can use this iron pick to go ahead and mine gold, which is the 2nd tier. And we are presented with 3 doors, and which one we choose? Oh my gosh, the decision is terribly hard. The swamp. The swamp is relatively easy. There's only 2 mobs in it. We'll go ahead and take a look at those once we enter it. But I think we can go ahead and sell all of our junk. We have enough raw meat. We have enough cooked meat, actually. Go ahead and sell all the useless stuff. All the useless stuff. And I think we have enough to go ahead and make ourselves a... nope, not enough gold. We have enough iron to make ourselves a shield. So I'll go ahead and do that. We already have a 1 bar in our inventory anyway, so let's go ahead and make that shield. It just increases our HP by 2, which is not very much, but it's still something, I guess. Now... we can go ahead and make ourselves a iron sword as well to do a bit more damage to the mobs in the swamp. I think we're already going to one-shot them anyway, but, you know, a little extra damage will not be, you know, lost. Let's go ahead and come back up here to the merchant. If you guys don't know the Flame of Hope, by the way, don't worry. The Flame of Hope is just something that gives you overkill. It does make the melee run a lot easier as you're leveling up a lot, so why not get extra stats for that? But anyway, bone axe, iron pick, ironite sword. I think we should be good to go. We'll go ahead and drink an HP potion just because we are running low. And let's go into the swamp. Now in the swamp, these little caterpillar-like things are the pigs, so you can go ahead and kill those and hopefully get some meat. Just like in the forest with the rocks going up and down, these kind of things do 1 damage to you like there. And so you want to do your best to dodge those. There are 2 enemies, the Tiki Mask guys, which shoot a fireball, or not a fireball, but fireball, but a kind of blue orb of light that deals 2 damage to you, and these guys just rush at you and do like 4 damage, so gotta be weary of those guys. We do one-shot all of them, which is fantastic. And make sure these guys actually start running a little bit before you get close to them, so you have to make sure that you dodge out of the way before you actually run towards them, so you don't get hit. See, look, if I run to this guy like that, he'll start running pretty fast, and he will actually hit you if he does that. But you can also find in the swamp these things called fake rocks, or I guess they're called mimic rocks. You see that guy actually started running at me. But the mimic rocks are basically the things that look like rocks, but will come out and attack you. So you have to be weary about those. They'll do 2 damage to you, so they're pretty annoying. We haven't seen any of those yet, but I think we will see them later on. Let's go ahead and see. Look, this guy's gonna, if I jump down here, he will do 2 damage to me. So what I'm gonna do is jump over here and then back here, and then go ahead and oh, I think my axe skill didn't even register there, but this is a fake rock here. I'm glad I activated my defensive skill, because otherwise I would have taken about 4 damage there. Instead I just took 2. But yeah, that was a bit of a tense situation. I did not activate my axe skill like I thought I would. I thought I would just completely own everything in front of me, but it did not, which is obviously not the best. Let me go ahead and mine some of this gold and get ourselves the next tier of armor, which is if you guys haven't played this game ever before, it goes basically stone, and I guess stone and bone are the same tier, but then it goes iron, and then gold, and then diamondite. And ideally by the end you're going to want to have diamondite. Let's go ahead and chop down the rest of these guys. Diamondite armor does give you the most stats in terms of HP and attack. And from that chest we do loot an emerald katana, which is actually better than our iron sword, so we'll go ahead and equip that. It does 11 attack damage, the iron sword only does 8. So it'll be the better choice in this situation. And no fake rocks, thankfully. And this Tiki Mask guy can go ahead and succumb to the power of my great emerald katana. Obviously, if you guys did see the beginning of this episode, you saw that the Lizardman actually starts with the emerald katana, which is fantastic. And these traits are not working for me, are they? I did try to fire my axe there, but it did not work. Oh well. Oh well. There was a fake rock there if you guys saw. I did go ahead and chop him up pretty fast though. We are running low on HP, but we do have a lot of HP potions anyway, so I think we should be good on that front. You do want to make sure you stock up on HP potions, because obviously you will be taking a bit more damage than normal during this run. But these Tiki Masks guys should not be too much of a problem for me. Go ahead and lure them down here and chop them up. Yes. And we do have a attack stat of 45 already, which is fantastic. And of course, we are at the end of the swamp, and we do have a decision to make, I should say. And I will be taking the caves, because the caves are one of the better biomes in terms of EXP gain and resources and ores and things. Let's go ahead and sell all the junk that we have to this guy. Gold is good because once you get enough, like 1,400 gold, I think you can go ahead and buy yourself a diamondite pickaxe in case you don't have enough diamondite to make one. And the diamondite pickaxe will come in handy later on when we get to the Scourge. I guess you guys will see that then, though. Excuse me. Now I think we don't have enough goldium. We have 1 off from the total we needed, but oh well. We'll go ahead and move on to the caves. And actually, I should have ate something before we entered. But in the caves, there are 2 types of enemies again: the cave spider and the cave bat. And the bats are a bit annoying. They're like the slimes. They do charge at you and then stop, charge you and then stop. And the spiders are just like the same spiders we saw in the forest. And all over the ground you will see these eggs, these broodmother eggs, which if you step on enough of them, it will anger a gigantic spider called a broodmother, who will come down and try to kill you. But I mean, in this run, we're doing a bunch of attack damage anyway, so we might as well just kill all the broodmothers and get their EXP. And if you saw that lag spike there, that does mean that a broodmother is on her way. There she is. We'll go ahead and activate our defensive trait and go ahead and go ham on this broodmother's face. And these broodmothers can actually drop a good amount of EXP and HP potions, so it's always good to attack them. I always preach that the cave is one of the better biomes because of this. She does do 3 damage to me, so I'm gonna have to be wary about that. She shouldn't take too much damage, but the strategy for her is just to move from side to side, let her move up and down, and just take her out there. And we do get our last skill, which is not a good skill. It's just you jump up and you fire down, and I think a sword that does your attack damage. I never really use it. But I was hoping that we get the one that increased our attack stat, but I guess we're not that lucky. We do have a bunch of HP potions to go ahead and make ourselves some more. big HP potions. I think I'll just throw my axe here because these bats are annoying. They can drop some good amount of EXP, or an HP potions I should say. But anyway, down here these spiders should not succumb, or should not die I should say. I thought they wouldn't die to one hit, but I guess they will. Spiders are more frail than I thought, but this bat does pause before he goes and charges at you, so that will throw you off in the beginning. I know it did to me. I tried to kill one of them. I did get killed myself because the bat did pause once. I swung and I missed, and then the bat killed me. But yeah, that's an unfortunate turn of events. Very unfortunate. And this broodmother is angry at me for killing all of her babies. Go ahead and chop her down though. Go ahead and jump over her, and we're gonna employ the same strategy as before. Just stand here, let her go under us, and then stand here, let her go over us. Fantastic. That is basically the way we want to kill the broodmothers. Just stand aside, let her go past, and just chop her up as she comes up and down. And you always want to activate your defensive trait as much as possible, just because that'll negate the amount of damage you take. We are at level 17 with 1,000 gold, which is pretty good if I do say so myself. But yes, this spider down here is there's a lot of spiders down here actually. I'm not sure that I want to engage all of those guys. I think I will. It'll pull them all into the one area, make them all come closer to me. And let's see if we can't go ahead and jump down there and use our skill. Yes, look at that damage. That's why that damage though. That's why you're gonna want to use your axe as much as possible. And I'm glad I got that trait. I'm really glad I got that trait actually. Now these spiders and bats should not pose a great threat. Obviously, I'm doing a pretty good job, I think, this Let's Play of dodging most damage that comes my way. We do have a bunch of iron, which is good, I guess, but it's not really that useful anymore, now that we have our full Iron Knight armor and a better sword than an iron one. Let's see, another broodmother will spawn, and that's not a problem because we can go ahead and kill it. We are doing 54 damage now, which is fantastic. Let's see, employ the same strategy as before, as always. And yeah, for any run you're doing, I think the caves are the best bet for EXP, because these guys just drop so much of it. And HP potions, so if it does 3 damage to you, it's okay, because he drops 2 HP potions, which can go ahead and heal 5. So we'll go ahead and use a bunch of those right now, actually, just because we are running low. As you can see, the pause of that bat did interrupt my attack there, so I have to go ahead and kill him here. We are stocking up a nice amount of HP potions, though, which is fantastic, as we will need them from the Scourge. The Scourge will be very difficult, as we don't have ranged attacks to attack the Scourge with. And this broodmother should not be too hard to take down. Anyway, are those eggs on her back? I hope they're eggs. I really hope that they are. But this broodmother, I'm sorry for killing your babies, you know, but that's how the world works. Sometimes your babies have to die, and I'm afraid that these spiders are not going to live, and these cave bats are not going to live either, because I need to level up, and I need to save the world. I don't care about the spiders. I don't care about wiping out a whole race, because I'm a Magicite adventurer, and that is what we do. Okay, so these bats should not, you know, do much, and we'll go ahead and take them out with our throwing axe ability. And our stomach begins to grumble. We crave the excitement of adventure, I guess. But I think we actually do crave the power of meat. So we'll go ahead and nom 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 on those. And as you can see, eating does have a chance to restore your HP by 1. And our Iron Knight pick is about to break. So we do have enough gold in to make ourselves a gold one. So I think I'll go to the... Should I be risky or should I play it safe? I think I'll be risky. I'll go to the dungeon. Now, I don't think you should go to the dungeon, but edition number 10, especially like halfway through the game, you shouldn't go to the dungeon. But it does have great rewards, even though it is very difficult. Let's go over and sell this guy all of our junk. You can take all of my junk. We do have 9 big HP potions, which is fantastic. Thank you very much for holding onto those for me. And let's see here. Mr. Blacksmith, go ahead and smelt me some stuff. We get 2 of those. Can we buy ourselves? I might just wait. I'm not sure. Do we want to wait and see if we can't go ahead and pick up a... Why don't we? Let's play it risky again. Normally what I would do in this situation is make ourselves a gold pick. But since we almost have enough for the Diamondite pick, if we can buy one, I'll go ahead and craft ourselves a gold helmet instead. Just so we do a bit of extra damage in this level. And the dungeon is one of the hardest levels besides the crater and the volcano, which I probably will not be exploring because they are way too difficult. But here we are in the dungeon. Obviously they have the spiky balls that are flying around. They do 4 damage. they do 4 damage to you. So you want to make sure that you do not get hit by those. It's definitely not the best. We'll go ahead and activate our defensive trait, just so we don't take as much damage. And there are these two enemies down here, the skeleton archer and the skeleton warrior. The archer will just fire an arrow that does 1 damage to you, which is kind of annoying. But the skeleton warrior will do about, I think, 8 damage to you, so you want to make sure you take him out pretty quickly. And my ironite pick did break, and I am an idiot. Oh my goodness, I'm an idiot. Guys, do not follow my example. I have to make a stone pick now because of how much of an idiot I am. There we go. So we can't actually mine any gold and stuff that we get in here. Oh well. Hopefully we'll come across like a diamond pick or a diamondite blade or something. But in the dungeon you will find a bunch of chests along with a variety of enemies. So it is a pretty good place to go for loot. And there's no point in mining these gold ores actually now because we do not have the pick to get them. And there's so much gold, I wish I made myself an iron pick there. But oh well. And there is actually a boss here. I'm not sure if we want to take it out or not. As his fireball does about 8 damage to us, so you have to make sure you dodge that. I'm not sure how much damage that himself actually does. This is the boss of the dungeon. He is randomly spawning, I think, so you can't actually spawn him yourself. Let's see. His attack pattern is pretty basic, though. He just fires one single fireball and then backs up or moves forward towards you. And I don't think he has too much HP, so I think we should be able to take him out relatively easily. And I do believe he drops a bunch of EXP as well, so it will be pretty nice to take him out if we can. Come on, man. You know you want to die to me. Give me all your nice EXP. Yes, look at that. So I think if we come across one more of those guys, I will not go ahead and kill it because it did take a while. And of course, if you take too long in a run or in a randomly generated biome or level, the Scourge will come and eat your face off. We did get a diamondite bar from that chest, which is pretty good. But we'll keep on going here. And this rock is being in my way. Oh, we do get an obsidian sword. This is one of the reasons why I wanted to come to the dungeon, because you can get the obsidian sword, which is a fantastic little piece of equipment there. And we do actually get ourselves an ironite blade, which is also pretty good. We can go ahead and mine up all this gold that we left behind. Just like this. Yes, I woke up like this, mining gold like this. Of course, I am taking a bit too long in this level, so I think I will go ahead and speed through the rest of the part just so we don't get attacked with the Scourge. Go, 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 go. Operation Speed. Let's go. We haven't actually come across... Okay, here we are. The Minotaurs. They do actually charge you just like the boars. They're like an upgraded boar, basically. And the skeleton archer did do 1 damage to me, but I will just go ahead and skip that whole little level over there. We do have the genie up here, which does fire some fireballs. Fireball. Oh, I wonder how many times I'll make that joke. But the genie will fire a fireball at you, which does 8 damage. And there's another boss here, which I will not bother killing because I do not want to, because the doors are right here. And we'll go ahead and pick the cave because I do not want to go to the dungeon again. But if you guys did catch it, we did get ourselves a diamond blade from that chest, which is actually perfect. We'll go ahead and sell all the stuff we do not need. We'll go ahead and make ourselves another big HP potion to bring our total up to 10, which is fantastic. And we can go ahead and heal all the way up. Let's go ahead and eat as well. And we can sell the rest of our junk. And with the diamondite blade, we can go ahead and make ourselves a diamondite pick, which is amazing, as these can mine a special ore in the last level. We can sell our bone axe because that is relatively useless now. And the obsidian sword, I think, will keep the emerald katana as well as the obsidian sword, because this obsidian sword is one of the best attack damaging weapons in the game. With plus 30, it's the best sword in the game, I think, besides like the Lightbringer, which you get from the golden chests. We do have enough gold to go ahead and make ourselves another piece of armor. Let's go ahead and do that. Bam, bam, bam. And go ahead and do that. Yes, some nice gold armor. We are doing 55 damage now with the raw meat. So that is fantastic. We are doing how much damage? 66. So we can actually go ahead and equip the raw meat into our first slot. I would not recommend doing this, by the way, guys, but we're going to go ahead and kill everything in our path with raw meat. And actually, before we go ahead and go into this cave biome, I will take a short break. See you in a little bit. Hey guys, welcome back. Sorry about that. I had to go ahead and get some water because, you know, commentating for 30 minutes, I don't know if you've ever done it before, but it does put a bit of strain on your voice. So let's go ahead and continue onwards into the cave biome. I've only been commentating, actually, so I started YouTube about 2 weeks ago, but it's been very, very fun, I have to say. Commentating over videos and just watching the views roll in is very, very great. And I have actually loved all the feedback that you guys have been giving me. It does allow me to keep going, and I want to thank you guys so much for leaving all that feedback. But anyway, as you saw, that we got a total biscuit, which is, of course, is a reference to the YouTuber. But it does go ahead and boost our attack, actually our magic and our HP by a little bit there, which is fantastic. go ahead and drop down our skills because skills pay the bills. And our Diamondite pick, we can go ahead and use that to mine up all the ores. And it has so much durability that I do not think we'll be running out anytime soon. But this axe would go ahead and chop up a bunch of the enemies in this area. And here comes a Broodmother. Oh, what will we do? We're doing 86 damage with our Obsidian Sword. The Obsidian Sword, which we got in a few minutes ago. Stumbling over my words, but we got it a few minutes ago, and it is doing a bunch of damage. And this Broodmother stands no chance against the might of our combined efforts. And up here, as you can see, it looks like a chest to you, but to me, I see the little tongue peeking out there. That is a mimic, in fact. And those will do a ton of damage to you if you're not careful. But they do drop some good rewards, like this luminous leather. That is a material for Diamondite leather dex-based armor, which we actually don't need. We can go ahead and trash that. I wish you could actually, like, unrefine. I'm not sure what that's called. I guess it's like disenchanting, like in WoW and stuff like that. But I wish you could, like, disenchant items and get, like, the Diamondite from that. That'd be pretty cool. But let's go ahead and break all the babies of this Broodmother. And there's 4 bats in a row, but you guess what? You know what? Not you guess what. You know what? All those bats can die because, I do not care about eradicating species from the world. I do not care if you cave bats are endangered or not. You are dying because EXP is more valuable than your life. I'm sorry. But these Broodmothers are a bit of a joke for us. I was going to say a bit of a challenge, but you know, they are not at all. 86 damage, 80 damage. It's only a matter of a few hits. We can go ahead and make ourselves some more HP potions. 11 should be way more than enough, I think. And if we can time this right, we can go ahead and go bam. And will that take them out? No, of course not. Because my timing is subpar. And we actually rode that bat for a little bit up there, which is kind of funny. But both of these bats can die. We are doing 70 damage now with our sword, which is overkill for this stuff. And especially a crit, which we scored a crit on that bat and did 140 damage. I feel sorry for you, bat. We did so much damage. But we have come to the end of this level, and I think if we can spawn another Broodmother, I will go ahead and try. Come on, Broodmother. I know you're angry for me killing your babies. Come out, wherever you are. This isn't hide and seek, this is Magicite. And I'm here to claim your life. I guess not. I guess the Broodmother's like, it doesn't want to bother with us. They know our pure strength at the melee run. So, we have 3 options here. I think I'll be going with the Velt, as I haven't actually shown that off to you guys. This is basically Mushroom Land. And I haven't shown this off to you guys as well. These are the altars, the new things in 1.5, and they do have a chance of giving you a pretty nice bonus. If you see a red one, that is probably the god Rivenwrath, which might give you a +5 attack bonus, but this one I'm not even sure what it does. Let's go ahead and try to use it though. Pagilda thinks you're unworthy. Well, thanks a lot, Pagilda. Thank you so much for the blessing there. I'm not sure all the altars. Try saying that 5 times fast. I'm not sure what all the altars actually do in the game. But it is pretty interesting to you know, find out. So let's see. I think we can go ahead and sell the rest of this stuff as well. We won't be needing any of that. We have 68 stone, which is a bit much. We do actually. Oh, this is pretty exciting. We have enough Diamondite to go ahead and make ourselves our first piece of armor. Yes, look at that. We can go ahead and make ourselves a Diamondite helmet, which is fan-freaking-tastic because the Diamondite helmet actually gives us +9 attack and +4 health. Let's see. We can go ahead and sell the old helmet. And hopefully in this level we can go ahead and make ourselves the last piece of our Diamondite armor. Now, the music in the Velt is one of my favorites in the whole game. It sounds very, very cheery, even though the Velt is a bit of a death biome, with a bunch of mushrooms running around. Now these mushrooms are basically like glorified slimes. They do more damage, they move faster, but it's the same attack pattern. We have these squids, which basically just fire a projectile and just run at you. And we have like the same kind of tiki mask guys from the swamp, including the, like, you know, these mushroom wizard guys, which aren't too hard to take out as well, but they are pretty annoying as they fire much faster than the tikis. I'll go ahead and see if we can't jump and slay something. And look how many mobs are here. And you know what I'll do is I'll be lazy and I'll wait. I will wait for my skill to recharge. And this jelly blade does 100 damage. I don't know, should we keep it in our inventory? I guess for lols we'll go ahead and keep it in our inventory. But we'll wait for our axe skill to recharge, and we can go ahead and use the jelly blade just to tear through everything. Oh, never mind. Fantastic. Let's go ahead and wait some more. We can chop some of these rocks down. I was hoping that the jelly blade would do like 100 damage. I guess you guys will see in a few seconds. We can go ahead and drop off a bunch of this stuff that we will not need and craft some more HP potions while our skill is recharging. But yeah, the Knight's Blade, which is the third skill we got, I'm not going to use that much. But our skill is recharged. Let's go ahead and jump down here and use it. Bam! It'll take everything out in the whole area. Because this Jelly Blade does a ton of damage. Look at that. Everything's dead. And all the EXP is just for me. Thank you very much, Velt. And these mushrooms are being very annoying. Troll mushrooms, stop jumping away from me. But I'm trying to slay you. Oh my goodness, I didn't even see that guy. Oh well, they only do 1 damage anyway, so it's not like I am, you know, being harshly damaged or anything. And my Emerald Katana, I just broke the face of the Emerald Katana on that, enemy there. I'll go ahead and dodge and craft at the same time, guys. I'm MLG. Don't even worry about it. Make yourself a Diamondite sword, which does 5 less damage than the obsidian sword. Yep. But it is a pretty good sword anyway. Now let's see. You can die as well, and there's a bunch of sheep. Look at all the sheep. I don't even care. Look at all these sheep. Mind the rest of this, even though it is pretty much pointless now. There's really basically no point into doing it. Throw our axe, which for some reason it looks like an axe, but it really is a sword. Oh well. I'm not sure what you were thinking when you designed this game, Sean Young. And boom! I guess that skill did come in handy there. It's kind of funny though. 165 damage. That's a ton. 165 damage. We haven't actually seen any gold ore this whole level, which is kind of depressing because we're not going to make our last piece of armor anytime soon. And we do come to the doors, and should I kill this guy? Just because you are being annoying, I will go ahead and kill you. There are a bunch of mobs, though, getting in my way. Let's kill that jelly, not the slime. And you can die, too. And finally, this wizard-like mushroom can die to my obsidian sword. Hopefully, you shouldn't use your obsidian sword too much, as the durability will run out. And we actually have a decision to make. The crater is one of the hardest biomes in the game, but I think I'll be going with a volcano, which is a bit, I think it's slightly better. But we will be rushing through this biome as it is one of the hardest ones in the game. I do not want to stay there very, very long. We can go ahead and sell all of our stuff. Sell all the stuff. I was pretty unlucky there to get an option to only go to the cave or the crater, as those two, or not the cave, but the volcano. And those two are the hardest ones. Let's see, let's eat some more of this meat and prepare ourselves for the might of the volcano. Now we do have a bunch of gold. Is there an altar? I forget. Was there an altar here? It is a random chance, but no, there isn't. So what we'll do is we'll go ahead and venture our way onwards. Go ahead and use the obsidian skull in this episode, or not this episode, but this biome. As the enemies here, oh my goodness, there's already a black dragon. This is a boss for the level. It does a ton of damage, so you best not be taking this thing out. But I do have to wait for it to come over here because I do not want to charge in that area of the world. Come on, black dragon, fire your fireballs. And you can actually get a pretty good hat for beating this guy, I think. The Black Dragon hat, which does allow you to spawn these fireballs. It does do 8 damage to me, so I do not want to be sticking around here. But this guy should die, hopefully, in a few more hits, please. Please, man, please. It'll be very much appreciated. There you go. That was a bunch of EXP for that. But I definitely will not be doing that anytime soon. This dragon can go ahead and die, too, just because I don't want him firing at me. But I think for the majority of this level, we won't go ahead and kill anything else, just because they don't want to. And we do get ourselves a Ring of Rage, which is fantastic. Plus 8 damage is always appreciated in the realm of Magicite. These guys down here are like boars, except they don't actually run at you until you damage them. So it's a bit strange how they work. But all these dragons, oh my goodness, 8 damage from the dragon. Yeah, I do not want to do it. I don't want to have to take any part in that kind of damage. So I'm just going to go ahead and run our way through this level. Just because damage is not something I want to take. Keep going, come on. If you do come across this biome, I would just advise running through it because, in my opinion, it's not worth it to take this much damage. Run all the way through. And these like fire imp guys do a ton of damage to you, so you have to be wary of that. Oh, nice jumps. Pro dodge skills. We can go ahead and pick all the gold on this way too. And we are going to the dungeon because the volcano. I hate that. F that volcano. But anyway, let's go ahead and sell the rest of our stuff. We didn't take too much damage that run, and we did get ourselves some pretty good rewards. The Zweihander, I guess we could save just in case we get ourselves some firebugs, because we can make ourselves a nice weapon out of that. This Jelly Blade will not do as much damage, I think. But let's see. So that, we only have 4 Diamondite, so we can't actually make ourselves the last piece of armor. Hopefully, though, this dungeon should provide us with the resources necessary to craft the armor that we need. And we do get the HP bonus from that mysterious potion there. Always good to jump before you use one of those, just in case it is poison. But let's go ahead and trudge through the dungeon. And this is another... Oh, awesome, we get 2 diamond bars, so that's fantastic. When we get to the next biome, we can go ahead and make ourselves the last piece of armor we've been waiting for. And we are getting pretty lucky in terms of the drops that we're getting. Go ahead and double jump up here and try to take this guy out. I didn't get him, unfortunately. We did get ourselves a firebug, so if we can get one more of those, it would be fantastic for us because we can go ahead and craft ourselves a legendary weapon. And I haven't actually forged one of those in a long time. But the legendary weapons can go ahead and do a bunch of damage to the Scourge Wall, as well as take out enemies as they do fire a magic bolt, as well as, sorry about that, as well as damaging enemies for a lot. And there are a ton of like skeleton archers in this area too, which is not the best, but they're pretty easy to take out anyway, so it shouldn't be too much of a challenge. Go ahead and drop down our throwing axe ability and destroy everything in our path. Just like that. Pretty easy stuff. Hopefully we do get our firebug. And there is a mimic over here, which I want a regular chest, not a mimic. But the first time I'll be saying that. Let's see, firebug please. We do get a firebug. Is it a fire? Yeah, we have 3 of them now. Oh my goodness, that's awesome. We do get ourselves a ring of balance, which is also pretty good. Some extra attack is always appreciated. We can go ahead and combine these firebugs, make a fire gem, and make ourselves the firebrand, which is 98 damage. I think we got a special firebrand, which is fantastic. That is going to be an awesome weapon for taking out the Scourge. But these guys, I'm sorry, skeleton archers, but you will not live in my domain. We do get ourselves a Rivenwrath scale, which is also fantastic. Man, all the good drops are coming now. I have a good feeling about this run, but look at this sword. 180 damage, and it fires a fireball. So, it is one of the best swords. And crater, you know, screw that. I'm not going to the crater. The crater's even harder than the volcano. But this is district number 20, so if you guys have enjoyed this playthrough so far, make sure to leave a like, because this is the last district before the Scourge. We do have enough diamondite to go ahead and craft ourselves our last piece of armor. Let's go ahead and do that. We have 6, we can go ahead and make this. I don't think the diamondite shield is better than the Rivenwrath scale, so I won't make it. Let's go up here and we can sell all of our junk that we're not going to need, because this is the last Scourge battle. Selling diamondite makes it feels really wrong, but you know, it has to be done. We can sell all this stuff. Sell it all up. We can go ahead and eat some more of this stuff. And sell everything else, because we do not need any of it. There we go. Okay, so if you guys have enjoyed this playthrough so far, this melee-only guide, make sure to drop a like, subscribe for more, comment your feedback down below. We're going to go ahead and take on the Scourge. So the Scourge is the last boss battle in the whole game, and there are a variety of enemies in this level too. You want to make sure you take them out as fast as possible, which I am not doing very well. There you go. I have taken a lot of damage there, which is okay. But basically in this level, there are the special ores, which can only be mined by a diamondite pickaxe. And you go ahead and pick those up. But they do, if you combine 2 of these ores, you can go ahead and make yourself a crystalline shard, which is a bunch of damage. And these guys are going to live a hit from the old throwing axe, so I had to take them out with our firebrand. But for the Scourge, it's just like any Scourge strategy, just dodge these guys and make sure not to get hit as much as you want to. We do have 11 HP potions, which is fantastic for us, because that way we can go ahead and heal up all the damage that these guys do to us. If they even do damage to us, I hope they don't. Anyway, let's keep going. Make sure to activate your buffs whenever possible, because you do not want to take so much damage on this level. There are invisible little worm guys that will pop up at you, so you want to make sure you're careful of those. Using the throwing axe, of course, you can go ahead and kill them before they even pop up, so it's just fantastic. Fantastic! And this is an intense battle, by the way, guys. I have not faced the Scourge, or won against the Scourge using a melee strategy for a long time. Let's go ahead and throw our axe and see if we can't take out any of these guys on the bottom before they go ahead and take us out. Let's use our firebrand to throw some fireballs and take these tiki masks out. The tiki masks are a bit annoying because they fly around and they take 2 hits from the old throwing axe. So here we are, crystalline fragments. Of course, the mining helmet is fantastic in this scenario, as it is helping us mine extra crystalline fragments. And once combined, these crystalline fragments, we'll be able to make crystalline shards, which do a bunch of damage to the Scourge wall. Let's see. Yes, okay, so this is going pretty well for us, actually. We scooped up some nice drops. We're doing a bunch of damage. And I think we have this on lock, if I'm not going to jinx myself here. Let's go ahead and throw down our throwing axe. These little kind of pikemen, I guess, kind of enemies do 8 damage to you, so you want to be careful of that. And we have made it to the end of the Scourge Wall District. So let's go ahead and craft up all these crystalline fragments and the crystalline shards. And these will do a ton of damage to the Scourge Wall. Let's go ahead and do it. So as you can see, this whole thing is just dodging and weaving, learning the attack, or, you know, progressively learning the attack patterns of all the enemies in the game, and making sure you will not get hit. Let's go ahead and dodge up here and go through our final battle with the Scourge Wall, and then go ahead and fire these ones at him, which do a bunch of damage to him. Of course, there are range attacks, which, I mean, I guess you don't need to use. We'll go ahead and stop at 5, though, and start using our Firebrand, because the Scourge Wall is not too hard of a challenge once you have the Firebrand. It does do a lot of damage. You want to make sure you don't get hit by those kind of fireballs and stuff that he's throwing off as well. And I think we should be good to go ahead and take him out. Scourge Wall, this is the day that your tyranny over the Magicite Underrealm has finally going to be over. No longer will you plague this land. Yes, okay. 368 damage, critical hit. If you guys did enjoy this Magicite melee/warrior only guide, make sure to drop a like. The total time of this run was 42 minutes and 39 seconds. I really hope you guys enjoyed this 1.5, Magicite 1.5 melee guide. Make sure to leave a comment with your feedback, and I'll see you guys next time. We'll go ahead and open these chests before we actually leave, just to see if we get anything good. Anything good? Nope. But the last tip I have for you guys is to keep on trying, because Magicite is a hard game, and beating it melee is even harder. So make sure you keep on trying, keep up the good work, and I'll see you guys next time.